Hello. I don't think I've seen you yet. How do you like your name pronounced? I like being able to call people how they would like to be pronounced on here. Hey Anna. How are you guys feeling today? Oh hey babe. What, there's an ad? Is there really an ad right now? Oh my gosh, it's so okay. Well, you guys get ads, I guess I get paid. That's so weird. I'm doing good. That is so random. Well, I guess since that is happening, you got make sure you guys tell me if that's happening so I stop talking. Because I guess that's part of getting upgraded on here. You start getting ads to get paid. I guess I need to look. Oh, thank you. And AC, is it ACK or ACK? ACK? ACK. I don't know. I literally just got promoted to affiliate. So that's why I was, when you guys said ad, I'm like, oh, I guess that's part of the affiliate thing. So definitely tell me if that happens since I'm doing readings and stuff. Like, definitely, like, say ad so I stop. So that way you guys don't miss anything. But what I get paid depends on people subbing to me and donating, and I guess ads as well, because those are popping up. Because I didn't see anything on mine for an ad popping up, like it didn't tell me. So I guess I need to find some kind of way to understand how that's popping up on mine, so we can like plan it for when it comes on, so that way no one misses anything. I don't want that to happen. But yeah, definitely don't let an ad play and don't tell me. Like, let me know, even if it's just for you. Like, let me know, and I can like pause a little bit because I don't want anyone missing their messages here. since this just came up, there's a lot of stuff that I need to set up. So I'm going to set up the Discord, and I'm in the process of making my emotes. Okay, so I can add at the beginning. If I can change it to that would be good then. Because I need to look into all these different things on here. Support is super sweet, guys, by the way. And I'm not sure if there's like something else I could do. Um, there's like a lot of stuff I can add on here for you guys, and I need to just like figure it out because there's a lot of different things you guys can do on here. But since I just got it, I need to go through and figure all of it out. So, before I do the pick a card, because I know some will be coming in a little bit, or maybe they're being held up by an ad since that's happening now. I can do some personal weeks ahead before I do the pick a card if you guys want to do that. Me! So let's see. So we'll do the Tarot Divine for Bay and C. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know too that before your name I used to never say Bay, and I only say it for you, so you should feel special. So let's see. What's in store for you this week, hun? Feel extra special. Oh, that's a good one to pop out for your first one here. Okay. This feels like something here. I'm telling you, I pick random music right before I start. Okay. This is interesting here because so far it's almost like the first energy out is this very stable, secure energy. Almost like, this week is going to have that kind of overall feel to it. You're going to have like a very stable feeling to your week. But at the same time, there's also this energy of being stuck with something. Almost like you've been waiting on something and it's still not coming through, but it is yours. So don't feel like it's not going to come. It is yours. It's just a stuck energy right now. Ooh! What's going on with you, hun? You're just having all kinds of energy jump out at me right now. It's cool. I'm yelling at her. Um, let's see. Yeah, this energy right here, this beginning energy, your overall thing here is like very good energy. Oh, hello. Um, okay, so how would you like? Do you want to be called Marge? I like being able to call people by how they like to be told on here instead of randomly butchering things every time I say something. And then we have. Okay, it's very interesting here because it's almost like this double thing because this justice is Libra energy and it's very like about balance. And then you have the Two of Pentacles underneath, which is like another balance. Margot. Well, it's nice to meet you, Margot. Yeah, it's like these, you're literally being, it's like your own, I feel like this top part is how you feel, and down here is like the actual energy. Seriously, it's like, it's like repeating down here for you. So let's see what your last two are over here. Okay. And then you have Seven of Cups. Okay, for this being your overall energy, that's very good. That's really being in the Neptune energy here, with it being in retrograde right now. That's being able to see through the illusions. So, to start, like I was saying, you have a very secure energy over this whole week. Especially having the sun come out under that, that's like a lot of blessings. And it's really, I feel, alluding to how we have all those planets that are in Capricorn right now. And I really feel like I'm being overtaken by this music. I don't know if you guys feel that way. Do you feel like the music is louder than me when I talk? Hi, Anne. Because I don't know if it's just me feeling like the music's loud or can you guys hear me? Okay, because I'm over here like feeling like I'm competing with. I feel like I'm competing with it. I'm like, what the heck? I'm trying to talk here and it's trying to overtake me. Okay, so there's a lot of blessings coming in, and I put it over there and it gets louder again. What the heck is up with this thing? It's like I hold it and it gets quieter. Like it's actually closer to you guys right now because I'm making it quieter, and then I put it down and it starts screaming. Okay, we're gonna try this. Maybe it'll chill out a little bit. Really wants to be heard right now. It wants to be a vibe. But, so, like I was saying with this sun energy right here, I really feel like the different planets we have right now that are both in Capricorn as well as Virgo and Taurus, having all this earth energy, are really trying to work together to bring you this security and this blessings. It's probably why you're feeling it, but at the same time, you're kind of confused by it because it's like a calm, but you're still waiting, especially feeling like you're not going anywhere. And the same energy is happening right here. It's almost like adding to it, but it's like I feel like this is you and this is what your guides are trying to tell you. It's like, yes, like this is yours, you deserve it, it's coming, you've been waiting. But at the same time, what's saying down here is like, you've been balancing a lot of really harsh shit, and it's like they're acknowledging that. And of course, this is yours because you've gone through it like more than enough for it. And there actually is movement happening, even though you don't feel it is, because you feel like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's like you can see it. It's like almost you can taste it. And it's right here. Like they're just saying, like, it's already on the move. Like, you need to, like, chill out a little bit because you're over here. They're trying to get you to understand you're almost creating this energy of losing it by feeling like nothing is freaking happening. So there is almost like they're trying to get you to understand that you are in this energy. You're in this sun energy currently. So don't focus so much on the waiting and feeling stuck because you're going to end up creating this mentality that you actually lost it when it's already there. It's just taking slower. I mean, we're in multiple retrogrades right now. Things are going to be slower just for that fact. Like, even if you feel like something should be bursting towards you, like, even with this energy, it's like it's going to be slower on the larger scale. And with this over here, it's pretty much saying the same thing, but it's like a warning here. Because with the Fool, it's almost like you can't move forward, and you can also be a little reckless because of this feeling of it not going forward, like maybe you trying to initiate something. This is a warning over here saying that's the Mars energy really wearing you up over here with this Ace of Wands. It's like, don't allow the energy of feeling like you're stuck and like things aren't going forward and you're being put in this area to allow this energy to take over you. Because, like, literally, they're trying to let you know it's coming. Like, you have blessings. They're coming. You're seeing it. And I think that's what's bothering you so bad, is it's like you're sitting here almost holding it with this coin and it's not quite there and you're just trying to, like, pull it to you instead of waiting for it to come to you. And it's, like, gonna create this energy if you can't rein it in a little bit and just stay more in the balance. Stay more in the accepting of the flow of it going back and forth right now. Because with this energy here, it's almost like if you don't allow the calm, instead of just looking at it as being stagnant, what's going to happen is it's going to cause you to fall away from this and put you in this energy. But this week is going to be like kind of power charged, and there probably is going to be some things happening, but like I said, just not at the pace you want. So just allow the pace, learn the patience, because there's a lot here about needing to learn patience. Like, you're in your power when you're learning patience right here. You're bringing in your blessings when you're in patience. There's a lot of pentacles here. And the only kind of fiery card is reversed here, and it's trying to tell you that, this isn't the energy you want to be in right now. You don't want to be in the fiery, push it, make it happen energy. You want to be in the calm energy so your blessings come in, as opposed to like creating this block on them because you're like, it's not doing what I want it to. So definitely watch out for this energy and like the feeling like you need to create this to happen because it's already in the works. You're going to create something you don't want to happen by pushing it. Hey, Pauline. I don't mind continuing. But yeah, definitely it's working out. More than likely, once this kind of starts turning forward. I wouldn't be surprised if towards the Taurus full moon we're going to have on the 31st with all this pinnacle energy you have here, if things kind of start switching around. Because with this Ace of Wands here, I'm seeing like this full moon energy. There's full moon energy here. It's like there's a lot of things alluding to the full moon. So if you can just kind of keep that, which I don't think it's this week, it might be next week we have the full moon. I might be off by a week or so, I can't remember. But the 31st, that Saturday that we have the Taurus full moon, that's going to be probably when you're starting to feel like things are finally moving forward. Even though the retrogrades aren't ending until like the beginning or mid-November, you're already going to be starting to feel those shadow periods, a little bit of them starting to go direct. So it's going to start moving a little bit faster once it gets to there. Wait, is it okay now? Did you hear what I had to say, Bay, or not? I know you said it was buffering. Did you hear anything? Okay, just making sure. But yeah, it's like you already know. Your intuition's very good right now. So just keep listening to it and don't allow the external energies and that kind of anxiety driven energy to start taking hold of stuff. Because your stuff's starting to flow in, and it is your stuff with this Justice card here. It's like, this is mine. Oh, look. This, he's holding like a little medallion here, and it has a little goat on it. That's also Capricorn energy. And I think Anna wanted. Yeah, yours did look like a good week. It's just like another week of patience, basically, which is good because some of us need to learn patience during retrogrades and other of us need to start things with you. You're kind of being warned against pushing it. So it's more of a patience game for you. And I think Anna wanted one. So let's do Anna. So I'm going to use the Fairy Tarot for you, hon. And for those of you that are new here and aren't following, I do have a contest right now. So if you follow, you can actually win one of my personal packages. Like I have all the information on my social media stuff in my About section. But yeah, you can win free things just for following me. Of course you can go after Anna, Margot. Excited and scared. I know you told me you usually cry on my pick a cards on my weekly energy reads. You guys have all been doing really good though. Like since I first started, I've been seeing so much growth in you guys, and it's like I really love seeing it. Aww. Oh, babe, thank you. That is so sweet. Make sure you get pictures if they follow so you get extra entries. I know two of Anna's friends followed, so I have her down for 3 entries. Oh, you are? You feel that you want to cry. Well, it's good to release though. Oh, so there seems to be a lot of, this is the second time Justice has come out already, so there's a lot of balance coming this week for you guys that have been really working. It's like stuff is starting to turn in your favor. The stuff you deserve, that is not for you, but I think those are falling out because you're not supposed to have those cards. There's another have patience card. This is going to be a week about patience for a lot of people. Prince of Autumn. We got another Knight of Pentacles here. It's going to be interesting if these are coming out in the pick of cards. Oh, is it going in and out? Make sure you guys tell me. I can't see what you guys see or hear, so I'm not sure, and I know just like Thursday with this retrograde, it's going to try me every which way. Don't worry, I'll move these up after. Here we go with another 3 of Wands coming out. Okay. And the Magician. And 3 of Pentacles. This fell out, and I wanted to keep it out. It was just something that I felt that it should just stay out for you and just see the bottom. And it's actually matching with what's going on here. Let me see, because these cards are bigger so you guys can actually see all of them. It's a little hard. They want to be difficult. Maybe I can put this one over here. Maybe I can get a little bit more. Okay. And then we'll just kind of have, there we go. So, what we have going on here is very interesting because you already have some of the similar energies. We're all going to be feeling some of them definitely right now. But like I was saying before, having that patience for what's yours coming. But be very objective because you actually have quite a bit of cups here. So your emotions are actually kind of at the forefront here more than your stability. So especially with this right here, it's like you gotta trust that what's happening is happening for a reason here. Even if you're being forced to wait on certain things, it's because you need to learn growth in this space here and what you're working on and having the patience to stay working on it and staying the course, because this is already yours. You've already been doing a lot of hard work, but it's understanding that whatever comes up in your emotions, it's being able to face the fears but also release the negative in a way that's not dismissing any part of yourself. And the thing with this being yours with the justice here is you have also the Princess of Summer. That's your empathy. That's you being like very kind, but also still really wanting to learn, like being very new to things coming in that are for you and trying to understand if it's something that's going to stay. Know that it is going to stay, even if it takes time. So allow yourself rest, allow yourself to take care of yourself, and just keep being kind to yourself and others as well. Because with this going on here, you're being called to also release a lot of things right now, and that's a lot of shadow work too. Like I was saying, you have quite a few emotional cards coming up here. But an interesting thing is you also have this Three of Autumn over here, which is Three of Pentacles. And it's like really following your passion, and this passion can definitely lead to career, because this is like major manifesting for you right here with this Magician. So you're in this phase where as you release what's yours is going to come in. You don't necessarily have to be like insanely patient like Bay is right now, where literally like her whole message is patience. Your patience is more internal. Yours is actually the kindness and the love you need to give yourself, and having patience with yourself as you're going through these things. Instead of being hard on yourself, feeling like, this purple right here is showing me like trying to work on your intuition. It's almost like just waiting and waiting and waiting for this intuition to come through the way you want to. You need to have more patience with yourself, because everyone develops differently, especially since you're working so hard at it. Allow yourself some rest. And also don't compare yourself to other people, because comparison will put you back. It'll make you feel like you're not making any progress. I'm really glad that you're taking care of yourself, Anna, because that's like a really big step. Because this right here, it's like you already know, like this release right here is also making me feel of like how you're saying with the sober thing. It's like you're learning to release crutches, especially this right here. Even though it's the Prince of Cups, and like, a lot of people say the falling in love, I feel with this coming over this energy right here with the Five of Cups, it's almost like you learning through what you did and actually falling in love with yourself, as opposed to this person coming in, because you don't need a person rushing in right now while you're learning yourself, because that usually deters us when people come in and start kind of shoving their own energy in while we're learning ourselves, because then it kind of like stunts the process and it makes us stop, because we can't have that time to actually figure things out, because now we're trying to figure out how someone else works and pushing ourselves on the back burner. But this right here is going to be very emotional for you, and it's knowing how to stay grounded in that emotion, as opposed to feeling this isn't happening fast enough. Because if you're putting that pressure on you, it's really going to do a big how can I put this? It's almost like it's going to create a pressure that you don't need to have on yourself, and it's going to create these emotions that come out negatively, as opposed to allowing you release from them. Especially if you're coming up against a lot of fears and a lot of blocks right now. And the more you allow yourself to be creative without fear of judgment, because this is for you, the more you're going to be able to stand in the power that you're cultivating here, the more you're going to be able to accept these emotions that are coming out. And if you need to, like, plan time for yourself, like actually set it out and say, this is my time for myself during the day. Nothing is allowed to interrupt me, because you need routine. Since we're creatures of routine, it's like you need to have that kind of thing to go to to where you can understand yourself and have time to yourself. So that way you know when you're there, whatever's happening is between you and whatever's happening in that space. Now, with the Three of Pentacles, you can have community. You don't have to feel like everything you're doing is completely by yourself. With this release, it's like you can release creatively into a trusted place, so that way it's like kind of continuing on instead of you feeling like you can get stuck somewhere, because sometimes when we're pushing ourselves we can hit a block, and usually if we just allow ourselves to create in that space and like kind of put it out, even if it's to someone you trust, it allows that block kind of to fall away, because you get outside from trusted sources, not someone that's going to tear you down or going through your process. But from trusted sources, we get that affirmation, because it's kind of hard to learn to do that for ourselves if we never had it. So definitely, I think a big thing you're going to be working on this week is that love for yourself and learning how to acknowledge yourself, but also learning to release and know what's safe to allow out to others, as well as having patience with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, because you got a lot of magic in you, honey. Can you go outside at all to have a space? Or maybe even walk somewhere and just sit on like a bench or something to where it's your space? And Virgos definitely need time for contemplation. I got a Virgo moon. We need our time. Or maybe even a time you know your brother won't be in the room as well, like it's just your dedicated time. You're welcome, Anna. And I think all of us are having some damn weird dreams. I know I am. I always have weird dreams. So for Margot, I'm gonna do the Muse Tarot, see what's going on for her this week. And then after that, I'll start doing the setup for the pick a cards for you guys. And then if people want their own personal reads after the pick a cards, I do that too. Just in case you guys pick something and it's like, okay, I want to know a little bit more about that. Okay, so we got the Queen of Cups reversed and the Hangman reversed coming out right away. What it's automatically saying to me right here is you need to change the view on how you look at yourself. There's a lot of creative energy coming in for you this week as well. Yeah, you definitely are having issues here with how you're viewing yourself. Okay, so this energy right here is going together. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this real quick before I pull some more. This news of inspiration right here coming out for you this week. With the wheel and the tower coming out reversed, I feel they're directly connected to this. You need to get control of what you're creating right now. The way you are viewing things in this perspective right here is almost like creating this reality where you're going to block off this beautiful energy trying to come in here. And it's very transformative. I believe it's a lot of Plutonian energy that's trying to come through for you right now. And with this Nine of Cups reversed here, it's almost like you can't see past how something hasn't worked out. And it's really affecting your own self-esteem, your own mental space. Like you can't trust yourself. And coming out of that perspective and being able to stop this place you're putting yourself in and feeling like nothing is going to come through for you and things are just falling apart, you need to pull that power back into you, because this energy is what's really trying to come in for you right now. But where you're putting yourself is actually going to create a block for that energy. Because you got a lot of hard work over here coming through with this Eight of Pentacles. And she has very beautiful energy, very balanced energy. She's very creative. Like I said, this energy is trying to come through here, but this is very stable creative energy. This is like being able to see the details instead of picking yourself apart. You're seeing the beauty in the little things, and that's the perspective you need, as opposed to tearing apart what isn't okay and seeing every little thing that is possibly wrong and that didn't work out a certain way. You need to start a new thing, like kind of step back a little bit and start seeing the beauty in the little things. Because once we do that and we start having gratitude for the little things and we start seeing the details that come with what we're creating, we begin to weave a new tapestry, one that brings us into this transformative energy instead of feeling stuck like things are just falling apart. Yeah, this right here coming, it's literally your internal dialogue is not kind to yourself. Really step back and think if you would actually talk to someone else the way you talk to yourself right now. Especially after going through what you've been through that's created this emotional turmoil. Like, you need to step back and be like, you know, if someone went through what I did, would I be talking to them the way I'm talking to myself right now? Or would I be building them up, trying to make them feel better? It's almost like what's going on this week is you learning the transformation that needs to take place in order for you to actually blossom and open up right now. Because if you can step back and actually start doing this, there's a lot that wants to rush in for you, since this energy is the main energy that's happening right now. It's like this is wanting to come in and transform this. This is trying to rebirth this and create the phoenix from it, as opposed to just having this energy because of whatever this fall through was. This, you are the first person I've seen so far that's had an upright awakening card. And we have this release right here. Yeah, your overall theme this week is being able to release this mental block that's causing this emotional turmoil, this talking to yourself, this harshness that you have. If you can change this perspective and start turning it into positive dialogue and dropping, even if other people have told you things, this week is going to be very transformative for you. This is like one of those weeks where you get like a major burst of insight if you allow yourself to. If you allow this energy to overtake this energy, is what you transform into. But it all has to do with your perspective. It all has to do with how you're talking to yourself and what you're creating. You need self-care right now. You need to look at yourself like you're worthy of giving yourself that love. Because this energy, it's like very beautiful energy here. But the only thing that's holding this back from coming through is yourself and how you are putting yourself in this place of feeling like you can't climb out of whatever you're in. It doesn't matter what other people are saying. What matters is how you talk to yourself, because other people are always going to have their opinions, but they aren't the ones in your body, they're not the ones in your mind, and they aren't the ones that have your guidance or anything like that. You have so much in you to where you can just open up and allow these things to come in, and you have the strength to completely turn this around, and you have a lot of intuition, but it's being blocked off by these broken cycles of records, of words and stuff that keep playing, possibly from something that happened either a while ago or present, or something that keeps occurring in different situations. But it's like a repeat, but in a different situation. But the only way to break this is to break what you're doing on the inside first. Otherwise, it'll just keep happening over and over again. So this week is really trying to push you to that. It's really trying to open your eyes so you can change this in order to move into this new energy. And the thing is, it's going to be a beautiful blossoming energy. You don't have to be afraid of it being like this sudden, like, psycho thing that comes on you and you're just like, I can't handle all this. It's more like it's going to gently pull you out of this mental space and start healing you emotionally so you can move into this energy fluidly and start creating from a space that is very authentic and very stable with this Eight of Pentacles. But this is just a lot about learning how to embrace yourself and know that your gifts and your talents and everything and your uniqueness and individuality is needed, instead of feeling like, you don't have a voice and like, why should it matter? It does. So, for those new here, the way I do my pick a card piles is I pull up crystals I'm pulled to. You guys can pick a crystal that I put up here as your pile. I do a little singing triangle meditation. You're welcome, Margot. And then I go straight into doing the readings for you guys. But first, I'm going to see what I'm pulled to deck-wise for you guys for doing the readings this week. So, it seems like we're having a lot of patience coming through and a lot of kind of karmic energy coming through as well this week. So, let's see, something that's good for patience. I feel like these guys usually have some pretty good messages with that. And we're going to pull these. Come on. I'm really feeling pulled to do these ones, and it's very random when I'm pulled with this deck, so this should be an interesting one. So let me see the tarot. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what we're doing here. This is the deck I was talking about that I'm pulled to very randomly for certain things. So, we are going to be doing the Mystical Shaman Oracle for overall or focus of the week, just like the beginning kind of layout. And then we're going to do the Children of Litha for our tarot, and that's just going to be getting more of the details of what's going on. And then we're going to do our Soul's Journey Oracle to get some opportunities or maybe challenges that are going to be coming through. And then we're going to be doing our Spirit Animal Oracle just for some. I feel they will bring us some really good either inspiration, affirmations, loud noises. But I feel like I want to use those instead of the dream. Unless you guys really want me to pull some dream affirmations for you, I will do that. Because I know you guys kind of like the dream affirmations. But I can do those for you as well at the end if you guys want dream affirmations. Especially since, well, I think I'm just going to do it because we're all having weird dreams. So I'll just do it. Yeah, so we'll do our sweet dream affirmation since we're all having strange dreams right now. I haven't been pulled to, I know my crystals are going to be like, no, you're knocking me over. But this is Angel Aura Quartz. It's going to be turn it this way. It's going to be our first choice. I know I barely showed you guys that, so here I'll do some sparkly pretty. So this is our first choice. And then we are going to do gotta reach for that one. So our second choice is going to be this dendritic agate heart. Where am I getting pulled to? And we'll do my amethyst, smoky amethyst with all the pretty rainbows. And for the last one, we're gonna do orange selenite. Or some people call it peach selenite because sometimes it's lighter in color. Oh, I'm like turning my stuff all over the place. So these are choices for whatever you're drawn to. So you can kind of look at those for a minute, and then I'll do the singing triangle meditation for you guys too. And then we'll jump in. And if you guys want to say what you're drawn to, you can. If you want to keep it a secret, you can keep it a secret. It's all up to you. Oh, the angel aura quartz. And for those of you that are new also, I read the meanings of the crystals at the end of the readings. Because a lot of times they actually tie in, I should say just most times they tie in to the reading. If you're drawn to two, there might be more than one message for you, because that does happen. So definitely don't feel like you're forced to only do one thing if you really feel like you're drawn to more than one. Because since these are a little more general than the personals, sometimes there's stuff you can pick out that was meant for you also in another one. Okay, so got all my decks out. Let's get to the singing triangle. So let's get started. That's our first one. We'll move our others kind of around the way over here. There we go. So for my Angel Ore Quartz pile, let's see what your main energy or focus this week is. Or maybe even advice your guides want to really come through for you right now. Now that's really beautiful. That is so sweet. Oh, you actually had two fall out right there. Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, I got chills with that card. Okay, okay, this week with my Angel Ore pile, your guides are coming through very strong with this. I'm seeing this ghost dance as like communication, but them trying to show you just how much you're loved here, because there's like so much security in this card and being grounded in the love that's needed. And it's almost like what is bridging the gap between this is your ability to tap in and understand that this is meant for you. Because with this over here with the child, it's immediately speaking of like this inner child work or inner child trauma, the different phases of learning how to deal with the traumas and how they affect you and those around you, but also being able to step back and realize just how much they were a survival thing you needed at the time. And it's not something you necessarily have to carry forever. It's something that you can learn to shed. It's something you can learn to leave in the past. Because while it created a foundation you needed at the time, you don't want it coming in between what you're trying to create now, which is this loving energy. And this is not only saying love, it's saying be loved. This is a very deep spiritual love, which is why I'm feeling it's coming more unconditionally from your guides and them trying to come through and be with you on this journey, because you have a lot of innate magic that's just there. And it's almost being held off by the split of you needing to become part of your magic as opposed to closing it off, because this energy right here, once you, sorry about the loud noisy people, but once you can learn to be introspective in a way that allows you to look objectively at what happened as a poor, I don't know where that came from, as opposed to being so self-criticizing. It's like they want you to look at yourself like you're a treasure to behold, like you're something very precious. And the only way this is going to happen is by you stepping into this energy and realizing who you are, as opposed to feeling like you're always going to be trapped in this energy. So let's see what the tarot has for us here. So immediately jumping out of the deck, we have a lot of emotions here. This is something really deep in the heart space. Yeah, your guides are trying to show you the sunlight here. They're trying to show you the beauty that's come of this. So, yeah, and they're pretty much letting you know, hey, you're very disconnected from us. Just by showing this right here with this temperance reverse, like feeling very disconnected. Um, with this Eight of Cups here, it's almost like learning to move on from what has happened, learning to heal and realize that this pain you went through is leading to this ultimate fulfillment and this happiness here. It's like being able to walk away and learn how to integrate the pain. Because when we are doing this kind of thing, we're not trying to shut off and repress things or just completely throw it out, because all of this is a part of us. So as you're learning to go through and heal these different aspects, or learning to go through and acknowledge where maybe you might have done something out of a trigger response, you're able to heal these aspects and actually come into more understanding with yourself. Because with the Six of Cups, we have this thing where it's like looking back, looking at things that have happened, looking at memories. Some things are great, but some things it's like you're trying to put the veil over. You're trying to remember them the way you want to see them. But once you're able to actually take off, like this color has kind of a rosy tinge to it, like taking off the rose colored glasses, you're able to see that moving on from this is what's really going to make you happy. It's what's going to bring you your sun. Take the positive from what you've learned and integrate it, as opposed to feeling like you have to make it something it's not. Because in making it something it's not, what you're doing is you're creating an imbalance in yourself, as well as you're creating a block from your guides trying to come through and give you this love as well, and give you this encouragement as you're working through these tough aspects of yourself. So let's see what you guys get as challenges and opportunities this week. There's a lot of emotional healing with my Angel Aura Quartz people here. This, I'm not surprised to see that. Yeah, you guys are getting a whole lot of this right here. This is needed. This is what it's saying. Okay, because right here we have all of these reverse, which is basically like these huge blockages that you guys have. Is pretty much trying to show you where this work needs to go in order for you to progress, in order for this change to happen here. Because we have honesty, indecision, and loneliness. And it's like being stuck in the energies of needing to really be honest with yourself and quit stepping away from making a decision. Because in a way your guides are actually trying to come through here, and this is where this block is coming from. Because all this deep purple plus the red, because that's like root chakra, that's grounding, and this deep purple is your intuition, and those are very connected because you need to be grounded in order to like be able to trust your intuition. And this instability here and the feeling the disconnect is almost making it hard, because it's like, how can I trust what's coming through? And at the same time you're feeling like you can't trust yourself. It's like you're not having that honesty with yourself with these rose colored glasses up here. Even though it might make you feel like you're alone when we're growing and when we're going through certain things, a lot of times we need to have that like hermit type energy to us. We need to be able to step back and allow ourselves time for ourselves, as opposed to only looking at, needing all these people around. Sometimes the best thing we can have is silence for ourselves, so that way we can work through these things, so we can walk away from things that don't serve us, because we can't tell what's going on if we're stuck in commotion all the time. And the only way for this change to happen and this growth to happen is to be able to step into this power. Like the Sun card has the same kind of energy to it. This is drastic change here. This is a lot of blessings and happiness coming from being able to understand what's going on inside you. And a lot of this comes from this pain that needs to be healed, and understanding that you aren't being left out of anything by walking away what doesn't serve you. It's being honest with what you need and making the decision to choose yourself, even if it feels lonely for a little while. And let's see. Okay, that one wanted to, yeah, right here. On the honesty thing, be fearless and bold. Do not give a shit. This is the honey badger. He does not give a shit. But definitely allow yourself to be honest with yourself and build foundation in that honesty you have. And once you start building that, what happens is we come to a space where we don't allow other people to overstep the boundaries we've created in the honesty. Next one we got the turkey and we got the bee. See, this is what I was telling, and this is the same color as the sun in the change card here. We have, I'll start with turkey here with give gratitude and grace. This is really going to come from you being able to step away from this situation and being able to step into the love that's waiting for you. And being gratitude and being really present in the moment and actually showing that, because you can be grateful and not show it. Like, it's very easy just to be thinking like, yeah, thank you for that, but then going on and being like completely like ungrateful for a lot of other things. So it's really like the gratitude attitude here. But the thing is, with these similar colors with the sun change and the bee spirit, sweet results await. It's almost like your honey is just on the horizons here, but it's being able to be fearless in your truth and being able to live in gratitude, so that way as it comes in, this results that are coming in, this healing sweetness that's coming in, is directly related to this child card. Here it is again. And then we have grasshopper spirit coming out saying, take a leap of faith. This leap of faith, I feel, is you directly leaping into your faith instead of feeling like you need to block it off and you can't trust it. Just surrender to your faith right now. Aw, this one right here, we have be peace with the dove spirit. You have everything inside you in order to create this peace for yourself. Instead of feeling like you're alone, learn to be at peace in your solitude. It is not loneliness, it's your solitude that's being provided to you so you can learn yourself, so you can learn what you want, as opposed to feeling like you need to take on everyone else's shit, because that's very draining. So let's see what affirmations. It seems like this reading, because this is a weekly energy reading, but it seems like for this pile that it's really being called to open up spiritually and let your guides come in and start helping with some, that's the top of that one that fell out, Actually, I'm going to keep all of those that fell out and we'll go over those. But it's really about being able to let your, like, these are just jumping out for you guys. So let's see what all of them say. So these are the affirmations from the dream deck. But what I was saying before I go over these is that with all of this coming out and with the guides coming through, because this is weekly energy advice, so I think what's coming out more for this pile instead of energies is advice straight from your guides right now. They're trying to let you know that they feel that you have the disconnect, that you're feeling the loneliness, but the way you're going to be able to do it is to move on from this feeling, to move on from what's been stuck in you from this, like, phases you've been through, different cycles you've been through, possibly things that have repeated since childhood, and being able to realize just how much they treasure you. Loud noise. And then realize also how much through them treasuring you that you should honor and treasure yourself the same. And they really want you to step into your truth. They want you to create your foundation and your safety and the love for yourself in your truth and be fearless about it. Like, just step out with it. Don't give a shit what other people think. And it's really hard to do that when you feel like you're kind of stuck by yourself already. It's like, I don't want to alienate people anymore. But this faith here is like literally allowing yourself to go, okay, if I fall into this and allow myself to do this work and allow myself to trust that they're here for me and ask them to help you, because you have to, they're not just going to come stepping down. You got to, invite them to come help you. And this leap of faith, literally sitting on top of this sun energy here and being in the middle of the sweetness and the change, it's like you taking that leap and being able to surrender yourself to something higher than you right now is going to bring you this peace. It's going to put you at a place of peace as opposed to feeling like you're completely in this place where you're stuck and you're not moving forward. And that's because you have this block right here. So this week for this pile, I feel, is getting back to your connection. There's a fire truck because I'm in California and there's fires. So just a moment. I think they all passed. But being able to come into this healing, and it's saying start it. It's not like you're going to heal your inner child all within this week, because inner child work is a very long process. But it's almost like they're urging you to open up to them and start asking them how to start the process, so you can, like, not be so scared of your own shadow anymore, because this is shadow work. So let's see what your stuff is. We have experience. My dreams take me to wonderful places that are filled with wonder, delight, and joy. Hey. We got purpose. My dreams connect me to my purpose. So it seems like for a lot of you, the dreams in this pile that you're having are trying to get you back to yourself. Trust. I believe that whatever is happening to me right now is part of the greater plan. And then we have welcome. When I dream, I invite limitless magic into my life, and I welcome my spirit guides to show up in wondrous and unexpected ways. They're really wanting to connect to you guys. And then we have higher self. I'm ready to communicate with my higher self in my dreams and become enlightened. There's a lot of connection here. They just want connection from you so bad so they can come in. It's pretty much like this pile's guides are like, come on guys, just, acknowledge us for a moment here. We've been trying to help you guys find your direction, but you're blocking us off by this whole feeling here. It's like basically once you start opening up and creating this space, it's like things will flow a lot easier. It's not to say there won't be pain, because when working through these kind of things, you do experience pain, but you need to allow yourself the healing. You need to allow yourself peace while letting the emotions come out, letting the tears be cleansing. Because if you can't allow yourself the peace, and you can't allow them to come in and help you, it's pretty much just going to keep creating these cycles. You're going to keep repeating the same things over and over again until you can allow yourself to go into this space and know that you're safe while doing it, and then to allow yourself rest when it becomes very tiring, because you need to take care of yourself as well. They balance the different energies. Which energies are you talking about, Anne? Okay, so as far as chakras go here, what's very important that stuck out a lot in this pile is working on the root chakra and grounding and learning that security, because you need that basis for being able to start working in the first place. And this pile also has very strong intuition, it's just that it's very blocked off, so it's a lot about like this trust card coming out here. There's a lot about trust. There was multiple cards dealing with trust here. It's being able to trust it and step into that is what's going to happen with your third eye and with the root. Like, those are very connected in this for you all. Also, with guides, it's pretty much just asking them. They're sitting there waiting. They just want an invitation to come help. You can even ask, like, to bring me, like, insight in my dreams, because there's multiple cards here saying that they're trying to bring this stuff in your dreams right now, and just trust that everything's happening because it's for you, not like to you. And inner child healing is different for everybody, because everyone has their own unique things they have gone through, which is why the guides are coming through so strong right now, saying to talk and ask them and step into your power with it and realize that you're a treasure as opposed to feeling like you're a burden. So I'm going to read the aura quartz to you guys. So, kinder and more loving communications, and helping you to be more considerate with your actions and kinder with your words. And it comes straight from the heart as well. It brings more stable relationships and helps heal any emotions of anger or bitterness from any past hurts that might have happened. It's helpful with grounding. What is with all these noises? I swear. It helps you feel calm and open. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. So, very important in matters of the heart, and it helps seeing anything from 2 points of view. Especially if they're very different and it makes you feel very alienated. It can help bring about the perspective you need to not feel that loneliness. It helps with feeling the universal love of your guides, as well as you're going through trying to understand mentally all the pain, but ultimately, like, how gratifying it is, which there was the gratitude here, to go through the journey and do the healing. It also helps comfort you and bring inspiration, even if what you're saying is like falling on deaf ears, or people just aren't listening to you, or you feel like you're not heard. It helps bring comfort and still keep you inspired to keep going, as opposed to feeling like you need to be pushed down. And I feel like that's probably a part of this child for some of you, for the inner child feeling, could actually feel like you've never been heard. And anytime you speak, you're not really important. So that could definitely be you learning to step into the trust that your truth, your honesty is important. It's not something you need to keep hidden, and it's not something you have to teeter back and forth like, should I just keep it to myself? You're being pushed to understand that by letting those feelings go and bringing in the new feelings that everything about you is treasured, that's how you're going to start finding this peace. If you've experienced heartbreak, it helps you regain the peace and balance that you've lost as well. And it helps clear any negativity that came with that. And if any of you are in a dysfunctional relationship right now, depending on severity, I'm not going to tell someone to stay in a very dysfunctional relationship where it's harmful, but if it's just like miscommunication, definitely with this change card here, perspective and actually being honest could actually bring about the change that you're trying to find in the relationship, and being expressive. If it's something that communication can fix and make better, then that is something to try to go with this week. But I am not encouraging anyone to stay in abusive relationships. This is only for those that feel like they've had kind of a bump, something is like kind of amiss, there's been like this feeling back and forth like you can't really understand each other, and feeling alone even if you're in the relationship. Just try coming at it from a different angle and trusting what you honestly feel is important and meant to be valued, and then try to express that in a loving way, as opposed to like a criticizing way, and coming at it from this place of, this is how you make me feel. It's like, instead of sounding like blame is being placed, come into it from a place of saying, I just want to express how I'm feeling right now, and not necessarily start going directly into things. You can talk about situations and be more open about what hurts, as opposed to saying the direct, like, actual event that happened and bringing up things and rehashing things and just going back and forth with it. If you can actually bring up why things hurt and be honest of why things hurt instead of rehashing, then you can build a new foundation if there is mutual respect. If there's no mutual respect there and it's toxic, then the change is going to need to come from you realizing that your truth is more important than the other person's ego. So you have to know where you fit in that. And it really helps with forgiveness and healing emotional traumas or pent up emotions, with compassion, which is what's important. You need to have compassion when doing any of this. But yeah, definitely that is what came up for my Angel Aura Quartz pile. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the flower. Not flower. I didn't do flower. I almost said the wrong thing. Dendritic agate, otherwise known as tree agate, pile. Yeah, but for those of you that this was more about how you're feeling in your relationship as opposed to what's going on internally with you, you still need this internal work in order to understand how to get past this. You can't just neglect yourself while in a relationship either, and you shouldn't allow others to make you feel that way too. Okay, so go ahead and try to put you back in here. There we go. So next we have kind of scoot you back a little. There we go. Okay. My dendritic agate pile. So let's see what your week has in store for you, or if your guides specifically want to come through and tell you what's going on this week, since it seems like the last pile, the guides were pretty present with that pile. So energies or focus, or just what's happening this week for my dendritic agates. Okay, so ghost dance. That is 2 master numbers jumping out. So that's a very big change. That is very beautiful. Okay. This right here, this energy, and as always when you're doing readings, if similar cards or the same card comes up, it obviously always is different depending on the other cards. With this pile, this ghost dance, it's immediately making me feel like knowing that you are dancing back and forth within the ghosts of your past. You are leaving some behind, but you're carrying some with you. You're not quite sure of how to release some things, but at the same time you're learning to let go of other things. It's like a dance of balance and trying to learn, because the more you are learning this balance and that you're learning how to navigate this energy, the more you're coming into this stage where you're learning your own magic, you're learning your own power, and you're starting to be able to create what you really want that's coming from your heart. And this isn't just any kind of heart space. This is a very giving, open heart space. Like, this is heart of the sky. This is like a very healing, cosmic energy trying to come in here. So as you're learning this balance and as you're learning yourself, you're stepping more into this. And with all the blues, it's very authentic. It's literally like stepping into yourself for the first time and discovering that love that's in there, that's coming from this magic of understanding how to release these things that have kept you from stepping into this. And having this energy here with the coyote, it's almost like this intuition is finally starting to make sense, because the more you're following it, it's almost like leading you without you having to put all this effort into it, because you're learning when to push and when to step back. And it's allowing this creative spark to start coming through. It's allowing this healing to come through, because you're realizing that you are not the ghost anymore. You are not what once stood behind. And you can actually move forward now. You can move into this loving space. And you can actually create from this loving space without feeling like you're doing something that's a waste of time. Because a lot of times dealing with this past over here, it could have been like there was failures, there were different things that you felt were a complete waste of time. When in reality, it was learning, it was creating foundation for you to be able to move into this complete trust here, to move into this love and this creativity and this balance within yourself. So don't feel like anything you did was a failure. It was a stepping stone. So let's move into tarot and see. Some more details on. Oh, that one flipped right over. See, and this is coming out right on Ghost Dance here. This is about like walking away and leaving behind those things. And having these similar colors here and the emotions here, it's really connecting you to this authenticity. It's really helping you to be able to see as you're walking away from these things what's actually important, what is like deep in your soul and what's true. And it's allowing a lot of healing. And then on here we have this Seven of Wands energy and feeling, I mean, you have the upper hand in this situation, and a lot of times these ghosts that come back, they actually come back in physical form of other people and situations. And it's just knowing how to stand your ground with it. It's in knowing that walking away, some of these people are going to be upset. They're not going to be happy that you're walking away and walking into your best self because you're leaving them behind. It's not your responsibility to drag them with you. It's their responsibility to stand up and start walking themselves. Because if you look at this picture here, it's like this, he almost looks like a coyote, is actually like, this is my cliff, this is my shit, you need to back off. While like these birds that come and pick up the dead stuff afterwards, he's like, you're not taking my work from me. Like, I'm the one that's working for this. If you're trying to step in and talk me down off of what I'm doing, it's almost like that fool energy of like stepping into this new thing that you know you're divinely protected with, and having that assurance with it and telling people, you know, just back off. I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to all of your negative energy while I'm doing this. It's really good boundaries. Man, this sun card is just wanting to show itself today. There's definitely a lot of beauty coming in from this. And this is like connected all over this heart and the magic and everything. Like, your essence inside of you that's starting to come out is like literally like this pure joy. It's this feeling like this cat here, even though it's a god, is sitting here playing with this yarn ball like, hell yeah, this is great. This is like, you know, even though I'm having to deal with some like little pesky little asshats sometimes, you know, like I'm actually really enjoying stuff. Like, I'm actually learning to enjoy life right now. And with this right here, I like how you guys are getting these similar cards. It's like these energies are really wanting to stand out right now. But with this right here, it's almost like this energy of understanding this joy is allowing you to look back at these memories and being able to see the magic in the things that happened and to take from it the healing aspects that are allowing you to really keep continuing forward, as opposed to being stuck in the past. It's like you're learning that balance, and in learning it and in learning to protect your heart while also not blocking it off. Like, this is learning a lot of balance within yourself and knowing how to protect the balance and knowing that joy, that deep-seated joy that you have within, that it's okay to show it because you know how to protect it. And then being able to reminisce without becoming stuck. which is really powerful. And especially with this overarching energy with this Page of Cups, it's like this new outlook on everything through doing this healing. It's almost like coming into your power and understanding that you have this ability to heal yourself and also understand the intuition and to trust, because with this cup right here, there's water all around and she's dancing, and it's like instead of the fish just sitting in the cup like the usual Page of Cups, the fish is dancing with her. It's a flying fish. It's one of those fish that actually like look like they fly because they like skim the water or whatever. But it's like all this energy is beautiful. It's like the tides that the moon brings in, and it's really allowing you to clear focus and actually start something different, as opposed to being stuck in any ghost energy that you used to have. It's like you're leaving that behind and still keeping any important aspects, but you're learning how to move on and create new from it, which is very beautiful. And let's see what your opportunities and challenges are. That, okay, that's just saying a whole lot right there. And that's coming out right on that. Okay. So definitely, like I was saying, you guys are having some major growth over here, understanding the balance of releasing these ghosts that have been clinging to you for too long. And this adversity right here, coming out with the Seven of Wands energy, but also with this joy energy, it's almost like understanding that these energies coming at you, any challenges, anything like that, are literally like helping your growth here. It's helping you even weed out even further what isn't bringing you joy. So it's like really creating this environment where you're able to do these things. And what's interesting is coming in between the joy and the memories, the obstacle coming through here is realizing you're not going to know all the answers. So don't get stuck in reviewing the past too much. It's okay to reminisce, but don't get stuck. Continue to have this new energy, this new flow coming in, instead of feeling like you need the answers in order to have this joy. You have this joy through all your hard work, not through trying to have all the answers. And one thing here that's going to be a big one for you guys, especially with all this balancing and releasing and things, is being able to not have any guilt over certain situations or people that you're having to let go at this time, that you're having to release in order to step into what you're trying to do. Because when you have such a big heart and you are so giving, but you're also learning boundaries, it's so easy to feel guilt and feel stuck on it to where you actually start doubting yourself and your decisions. Don't allow this energy to come in and mess up everything that you're creating right now. Because no matter what someone else says, you know deep down you have that inner compass and you know you're being guided in the right direction right now, because you are very in tune. So don't allow the outside influences and the outside voices that are trying to push you in another direction because they don't want you leaving them behind to hold you captive there. Like, keep pushing. And forgive yourself for any way you feel over certain things, and don't hold yourself to a crazy unattainable standard either. There is no reason to do that. You're all about healing and finding your joy right now and being able to share that with those that actually appreciate it. Oh, you're going to have to rewatch? It's okay, that tends to happen a lot. So let's see what our spirit animals want to come through and say here. Ooh, this one wants to come out too. Okay, first out, that's very beautiful. We got Scarab Beetle, magic works through you. And then we got the Bat Spirit, rebirth is assured. So you guys are going through major transformation. We have Flamingo coming through here with embrace the in-between. With this being reversed for you guys, this is kind of telling you guys, like especially coming out with this doubt and adversity energy, it's saying that you need to really be present in the moment. Don't be thinking about, like, you know, all the things you said or all the things that could happen out of consequence. Nothing is set in stone with things. So just be present in the moment instead of constantly going one way or the other, because all of these things, like, are in you. You have magic card and you have magic going through you over here. You have the joy and this newness coming in and this rebirth that I'm telling you with this growth. It's like literally you're being put in this state where you're in a big growth spurt right now, like emotionally, spiritually, mentally, because that's come out too. I didn't see any pinnacles, so I don't know if you're really doing much with your appearance, but you could be if you're feeling very new about and happy with all these different things. You might be wanting your outside to reflect your inside and how you're feeling. And then we have this beaver spirit with lay a solid foundation, and this foundation comes from love. Like literally this green in this card is like really speaking that, and with it being Venus energy, it's like really speaking of this love and laying a foundation in the love for yourself and understanding that the relationships that come of that are because you are being authentic in your own love, as opposed to hanging on to those that don't respect your authenticity and don't respect your boundaries. And then we got bottom of the deck. Yeah, with you guys right now, it's almost like that foundation that's being called to be built here. The only reason, like, I really feel like it's tied to this guilt too, with being fearless and bold with the badger. It's almost like holding back from being completely out there with what you need to say out of the feeling of guilt, because you're doing these things because you have this heart and because you can actually feel so many things. Probably very empathic in this pile. So it's almost like you take on what others are feeling even though it's not your burdens. Just know that people have their journeys. What they're going to choose to do, they're going to choose to do regardless. So being able to step more into who you are and into the moment and just being present with your own truth and letting go of that feeling of guilt that, you know, you making this decision is going to cause this. No, you making a decision is what's good for you and what's going to cause things for you. Whatever another person or another situation decides is their choice and their outcome. So if people aren't coming with you, they're making the choice not to. So don't try to beat yourself up over that. And let's see what your dream affirmations are. Oh, look at that. First one out. So we got joy. I follow my bliss and accept limitless joy. I'm gonna sit this on the sun. It's gonna sit with the sun. And we got regenerate whilst I dream. I clear my mind of all negativity and my spirit is refreshed. This has a lot, this right here. This rebirth is assured, regenerate, rebirth, all this, the R's. But joy and regenerate, it's like very healing. And experience, my dreams take me to wonderful places that are filled with wonder, delight, and joy. And once again, we have joy coming out with joy over here. And then destiny. My dreams show me that I am the co-creator of my life and my destiny. Magic. Growth. Right here. All this magic and growth happening here with what you're doing. You're, like I was saying, you are making the choice to do these things. And then we have guidance. My dreams give me inspiration and guidance. So let's go ahead and see what dendritic agate has to say for you guys. But definitely this pile, there seems to be a huge focus on this joy here and being able to allow yourself rest while you're balancing these things out, because there's so much new beauty coming in right now. And it's just being present and experiencing it. So, with dendritic agate, it helps to align all your chakras so that you can achieve peace. I honestly wasn't feeling tons of blocks in here because there's so much being worked, so that's probably why it's an all chakra kind of feeling here with alignment. It was more just being able to understand that you, by standing in your truth, you shouldn't feel guilty for it. When it helps you be in a state of peace and calm, which allows you to grow and blossom. It has a lot of power of determination and inspiration with helping with creating abundance, happiness, growth, and success in all aspects of your life. It's known as the stone of plenitude as well. And it helps overcome bitterness and negativity by healing anger and promoting love. And it gives you the courage to start all over again, and helps with healing any kind of trauma. So it could be easily why this ghost energy is coming up here, because it is what it is. It's like you need to walk away with this Eight of Cups and be able to start refreshed, renewed. Like there's a lot of new energy here. And it also helps you see things for what they truly are, which, truth is very important for this pile. And it brings that strength and that confidence to know what you need to do to achieve what you're trying to go for here, and not feeling guilty about it. Like I was saying here, you are allowed to chase your bliss. You're allowed to go after what makes you happy. It doesn't make you a selfish person. It makes you someone that's wanting to give back to the world through your passion. And it helps you not feel affected by setbacks, because they're an important part of life, like that adversity card. Like these challenges is all learning experiences. And it helps with liberating yourself from perceived self-imposed limitations. Like I was saying, this is like a big thing that keeps coming through. Don't allow what you feel you should be doing for others come in between your actual joy that you want to fulfill. Like, because it's almost like you're creating this for yourself if you can't allow yourself to move out of that space of feeling like you have to stay the wallflower, when in reality you have all this power within you, especially with everything you've overcome. And it's really good for it's funny I'm saying that, you have a honest and wholesome reality check with it. So definitely helping with connection with nature, grounding, um, bringing the feeling of security, raise your awareness and connect to your guides. It's just a whole lot of being peaceful and allowing that, and allowing things to flow as they need to flow, as opposed to like fighting the current. So let's move on to my amethyst and see what you guys got going on. So it's time for my amethyst and see what comes through here. So let's see what your guides want to bring through, or any advice, energies for this week. Oh, okay. Okay, this ghost dance is just wanting to come out for everybody this week. We'll see what it means for this pile. Okay, so this one's going to be a little different. Yeah. This energy right here, what I started feeling before the owl came out, is this energy of the ghost dance. This is very heavy past. This is almost like the ghosts are lingering and anchored to you. And having this mystical shaman energy over here, it's like such hard work. And it's like hard because being spiritually in tuned and having intuition with this thing, it's almost like this fight between feeling the pain and allowing it to run its course, or allowing it to stay. And it's really hard because with this owl here, it's like bringing in this knowledge, it's bringing in this introspection of like, are you really seeing yourself? Are you like looking at yourself and really making you take stock? Like, are these things that are anchored to you worth your peace? Are they worth your feeling this distance and this disconnect, and feeling like you have to turn to things that take you out of reality. It's really calling this honesty, and it's a harsh honesty with yourself that you can't run from. Because this isn't flight here. This is saying sit with yourself. This isn't someone that's flying. It's being made to stay still and really look internally, like look into your soul. The windows are the eyes to the soul. And having this energy over everything, the beloved, it's like the freedom is going to come from realizing that these chains, these burdens that are just anchored on you, by allowing them to fall away one by one and become your own healer, and treat yourself as your own beloved, as your own treasure. By doing that, you're actually doing what this owl is pointing out to you. You're looking in and you're realizing that by healing yourself and not trying to escape the pain, because, I mean, there's another owl in this picture over here, okay? But it's like the owl's like sorry, that like really like did a thing there with that connection, because they were already connected with a different energy before I saw that. But this energy is directly connected to that love that needs to heal you. It's from your own love, and not escaping and feeling like you're not worthy of your own love because you have so many shackles to you. The only way to allow space for you to believe in this love is to release these shackles, because they have such a foundation within you, and it's almost like your intuition is so connected to these shackles. It's almost like you're afraid by trying to release these that you're going to lose a part of yourself. When in reality, what you're doing is you're allowing more of your essence to shine forth. You're allowing this to finally take the front seat and step up, instead of feeling like you're living in this area of your life that you can't get away from. So let's see what the tarot has here. There's some more insight. Yeah, this energy over here with this ghost dance and having the Two of Pentacles reversed is creating this instability here, and feeling like stuff's just getting tossed around, it's getting kicked around, and it's like kicking up all this dust too, to where you can't really see what's going on. And it's because, I mean, even your visions are probably clouded by these things you need to release right now, and it's taking up so much of your space. This is really telling you guys you need to look inwards. This is either, yeah, this is really looking like, well, damn, okay, why not? Shit, okay, well, okay. All over this owl here where it's telling you to look, just freaking look. With this Lovers and the Ace of Cups reversed here, it's a couple of things coming through. For one, first thing I was feeling was like relationship sour, completely like messed up thing, and then needing to like face the truth of it. Just needing to realize just what kind of imbalance it caused in your life, and allowing and making the choice to realize, okay, it was what it was, I accept what it was, and allowing it to be the ghost it is, and just like move on, as opposed to allowing it to stay stagnant. Because with this um, Chariot energy right here, especially on this card where it's like I was just feeling so much detachment and like wanting to escape. It's like you can't move forward here and you stay in this energy of almost putting up this shell and not moving at the same time, wrapping your heart up and not allowing things to come out. And this withholds love from yourself as well. You can't like bring love in anywhere if you're completely shutting it down. You can't move on from instability if you can't allow yourself to be even open enough to create your own stability. And with this right here, it's almost like you just like are ready to leap off the freaking cliff. But all these reversals are really in major arcanas. Like this was something that was really big. This was something that had a really huge effect on you. And that's why these chains are so stuck to you. But at the same time, just trying to rush off into something or feeling like you're completely stuck. It's like these extremes that you're feeling right now are not going to help you. What's going to help you is like with the owl is literally being present and looking at yourself. There's a big difference. Thank you, loud noise. There's a big difference in between trying to completely close off and actually trying to be introspective. Like those energies, I mean, they can be mistaken because it's kind of like you need to sit with yourself to do both. But only one of them is actually what's going to bring in that healing. And this seems like a very like harsh lesson to have learned, but it's really trying to teach you to be honest with yourself and that whatever happens externally should not be able to come in and infiltrate the treasure that you should be seeing yourself as. Like you should be holding your heart like it's a treasure, not locking it away like it's something that every time it comes out it hurts you. Because if you continue to treat it this way, that's what you're going to keep getting in return. So let's see. These challenges and opportunities here. You're not going to find your purpose in another person. And you shouldn't feel guilty for leaving them. Like, this is feeling like like literally the relationship card came out here. Trust in yourself and that you are not these chains, you are not this past, you are not this label. Your inner voice, your guidance, your knowing is right. Don't feel like you need to close off because you feel like you have no direction, because you feel like you're floating. And at the same time, while you're floating, you're feeling like you're chained to the place you're floating in. So it's like no control one way or the other. And it's being able to let go of this guilt here with trying to release it. If you have guilt while you're trying to release this, you can't really release it because the whole time you're still kind of holding on to a part of it out of guilt. And it's being able to release the guilt with the release that's actually going to bring in the healing. Instead of feeling like by holding on to it, in a way you're kind of escaping the real movement forward here. You're like running away from the actual growth by holding on to this. And with this relationship being reversed here, it's like staying in this energy instead of trusting yourself and learning to treasure yourself and being honest with yourself and becoming your own healer. You're just going to keep attracting the people in that are fine with you feeling this way, that are fine with you making decisions that aren't good for you and doing things that just close you off, because they're not going to care. They're going to be the ones that are fine with just taking, because they see anytime you create any kind of growth, you have more to give them. So have a relationship with yourself that's honest, that has these boundaries that help break these chains that are holding you back, so that you're able to discern when people are coming in and trying to do these things. Don't look for your purpose in other people. Your purpose is within you, and it's feeling blocked off right now because you've searched for it in others. You've searched for the acknowledgement in others. You've searched for someone seeing you and making you feel like you're actually a living person by acknowledging you're not invisible, to the point that your worth is being placed in these things, when that's not where your worth is. Your worth is your heart. It's your beauty. It's literally like this treasure here. And no matter if it was one relationship or multiple relationships that have done this to you, being able to step out of that and trust yourself is the way you're going to move out of these emotions and quit feeling like you're stuck in this place. Because like the eyes are still up here, they're looking at you, like, you know, you're not stuck. You know the truth here, and that you have the power to step out of it. So let's see what the animal spirits have to say. This right here, coming out on truth. Transformation is beautiful. And then, because, I mean, butterfly spirit, we always think of transformation with that. But this is a very spiritual transformation on so many levels. And it's really coming from that, like, this feeling here of trust. Like, it's coming from being able to trust your intuition. And this be playful, like, whatever happened here, whatever took away your feeling of being able to find joy in life, if you can allow yourself to be playful, allow yourself a little more fun, a little more goofiness, instead of feeling like, you know, what happened, like, took it away and you can't have it back. You're in control of that. You're in control, and when you do that, you open yourself up to the direction you're trying to find, instead of feeling like you're lost. This right here, with porcupine, it's really giving that feeling here. It's like, instead of feeling like you can't, it's saying start over again. Have that frame of mind instead of feeling like this is your destiny with this purpose here. Like, don't feel like you know everything and that's what you're destined to, because, like, we don't know everything. And so start over. Have the beginning mind. Have the joy of a child trying to learn new things, as opposed to feeling like you can't go anywhere. Like, even learning the silliest, smallest things can sometimes gratitude and grace. Be in the moment and allow yourself to start again slowly with just being grateful and honest with yourself. know that the truth is that all of this and the transformation you're going through is beautiful and that you're a treasure. Because no matter what happened, no matter what these things were, they helped you grow. And releasing them doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't mean that you, bottom of the deck, we have the rabbit. Now is a lucky time, but it's reversed. Quit feeling like you only have bad things that happen to you. Because it'll keep you chained to this. Because that's a feeling that comes from that. Only bad things happen to me. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's like all I've ever known is bad things happening to me, so that's what's going to keep happening to me. When you understand that just because things and situations that have happened and you're learning to trust and grow from them and transform, you're not being punished. These things are for helping you grow. It's for helping you to learn how to heal other things that you may have neglected. And by being honest with yourself and trusting yourself and being grateful for these things and grateful for where you are right now, you're able to come more into the space of realizing good is happening to me. And that good will keep happening because I am choosing that as opposed to choosing to live in this ghost and stay this person that I used to be when I was going through these things. Got joy again. This pile's getting vulnerability. Okay, well, there's obviously... Okay, I feel like these are two different things because they're... Okay, I'm going to read them different because I don't know what's in each one, but we're going to read this as this and that as that, whatever happens. But we have vulnerability here. I allow myself to be vulnerable and honor my inner grace and wisdom and beauty. Beauty, trust, be vulnerable with these ghosts of the past, and allow release, regenerate. Whilst I dream, I clear my mind of all negativity and my spirit is refreshed. Like I was saying, release. And then joy. I follow my bliss and accept joy. Coming out on this, be playful here. Like, this right here, just allow this opening and this healing to happen. And then the ones we got over here that came out, we got connect. I create strong emotional connections with the important people in my life. So I guess this is going more along this relationship aspect. This was more yourself, and this is more relationship. I create peace, prosperity, and joy in my life. And then experience. My dreams take me to wonderful places that are filled with wonder, delight, and joy. Here's another joy coming out as the finishing card on this side, too. Being able to release and be vulnerable and allow yourself healing over here. And joy is so important for you guys. Being able to just let yourself be free once again is so important. It's going to create this place where you're at peace with creating new connections. Not these connections that did this to you, but actually creating real connections where you're able to be your authentic self and you're able to trust that what you're going through is meant for you, to bring you into this. Because feeling so stuck and like you can't move forward is literally coming from feeling like you are the ghost, when in reality you are your healer. And inside you know this, you have that inner knowing and you have that ability to transform if only you allow yourself to actually feel joy again, instead of feeling like you can only have this sadness and this weight on you, like you need to carry it, when that's not your destiny. You're not meant to do that. Your purpose is going to come from you finding your joy. So let me go ahead and read Amethyst for you guys. So it's a natural tranquilizer that relieves stress, strain, and soothes irritability, and it balances mood swings, dispels anger, rage, fear, and anxiety. It activates spiritual awareness and has outstanding healing and cleansing powers, and it helps open intuition and enhance psychic abilities. It enhances sobriety by helping a person have a sober mind in cases of over drinking or overindulgence in any activities that may lead to addictions. It produces a calming effect on the mind, stimulating the body, and helping keep focus and aware of surroundings. It helps with sleep and remembering dreams and understanding what they're trying to bring to you. And it's really great for protection as well as clearing any negative energies, and with dealing with painful experiences and personal losses, and strengthening emotional stability and bringing out inner strength as well. So that is my amethyst pile. So let me go ahead and get my last pile, which is my orange selenite pile. I'm just kind of starting to get used to that now. It's like, well, I'm picking something out and it matches. Then usually if Owen's here, he's like, I'm getting that crystal. Which he has. He's actually gotten some of the crystal. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over to my... Oh, you gonna stand up? Really? Yeah, I'm gonna stand up. It was being sober. Okay, maybe if I... Okay, lean it sideways. There we go. Yeah, it's really like literally that one card showed a guy smoking, and that's why I kept feeling like escapism and like different things and stuff like that. It was almost kind of feeling not quite devil card energy, but it was more along like just don't do that as a means to heal, because it's easy to fall into it. So let's see my orange selenite pile. What do we got for you guys? We got Eagle, And immediately I heard eagle eye, so some discernment coming through for this pile. The staff. Okay, this is getting some very different energy for this pile than the other ones. But it's connected with ghost dance. I am so done. This card doesn't want to go away. This is the week's energy, guys, is ghost dance. You're welcome, Anna. We have the crow as the bottom here. So, of course, we have, like I was saying, with this eagle eye, with discernment here, this is a lot of introspection that's coming from seeing things from different points of view here. And having this staff, I keep having the feeling of like putting down like this energy of like knowing what's best and really taking control. Because even with this ghost dance kind of overarching this, it's almost like you're trying to see through this. You're trying to see through the haze and understand what's going on so you can put up your boundaries, so you can know how to create this place of sanctuary for yourself, because you know you're dealing with this. You understand that your foundation and your truth is coming from being able to see through this as opposed to it covering you and having a veil on you. It's like trying to come through with this power and leave this behind, almost using the wings to just clear the smoke away so that you can come up and like hold your power up and say like, you know, I'm not going to be held back by this anymore. It's been sitting on top of me long enough. And I'm tired of having to chain up parts of myself and not speak the things that I know are important to me, because this is just laying on me like a blanket. Yeah, this is definitely a very pulling some inner strength out deck right now. Like, I feel like either people are really working hard, whoever chose this group for the orange selenite, they're either working very hard through these issues, and it's really garnering a lot of inner strength and a lot of perseverance in order to try to come through this. Because this eagle over here, it's like seeing through these emotions and everything. Even if something's brand new or things are coming in that are new, it's like you're able to see through like, no, I'm not doing that because it reminds me of what I'm trying to get out of. This just flipped straight over. Right as I was trying to say, this is reminding me of what I'm trying to get out of here. It's like these things are coming in right now. They're testing you. They're trying to see. And I know people are like, I don't really feel like being tested right now. Well, Mercury retrograde does not care, and that's a lot of water energy, and Scorpio's water energy. Just gonna start bringing up past shit again, and you're like, you know what? I worked too hard for this. I can see it for what it is, and I'm gonna smack people with this staff over here and tell them to stay the heck away from me, because this is the energy that's trying to come in here. It's not good energy, and it's like if you're feeling it and you're remembering it, and since it's kind of emotional, it might start bringing up these emotional, as I'm saying that, it might start bringing up emotional feelings, this internal conflict here. And then we have this King of Pentacles energy mixing with the Ace of Wands energy, which then the overarching thing is this Tower. So I feel with this energy coming out here, what this is trying to show, this is almost like dealing with somebody that shows you one thing but is something else on the inside. And if this is a repeat and it's trying to come through, and you allow this to happen after going through and learning these things and seeing the truth and knowing your truth is what you need to be in, it's almost like you're bringing this Tower moment upon you. It's like encroaching right now, like it's trying to come towards you. But it depends on what you do. It really does. Like the choice you make. Are you going to stay behind the veil and allow this to happen again? Are you going to allow the internal struggles you face to take over and become the ruling thing that allows this, what seems steady, what seems like possibly it could have changed? And maybe this is a long ass time that you haven't dealt with this issue, and it comes back up and you're thinking, well, maybe there's change because it's been such a long ass time. And the thing is, this isn't something new. It's not new. This is like old bullshit coming back. It's returning. And this facade here is hiding this kind of very eruptive energy. It's almost like trying to have this calm, cool exterior that's hiding this explosion inside that's just waiting patiently. This is a bunch of patience just waiting to allow this to come out. And these colors, this internal battle, this Ace of Wands, this Tower, you have colors coming together here. Really trying to show that once this patience runs out, once this feeling of looking so gracious and everything runs out, the truth is going to come out. This real energy is going to come out, and it's going to be this. It's not going to be what it seems. And you have the sight. You have the reflection of both looking inside yourself and being able to see outside yourself. You have the intuition, and you have the guidance, and you have the truth. But are you going to allow this? Are you going to allow this back in, even though you can see through this veil? Or are you going to stand up? Are you going to have your own Ace of Wands ready to bat off whoever wants to come in? Or are you going to let the person with the hidden Ace of Wands that isn't there for your good or situation come back in and just get in under the radar, get in under the veil, and allow this to wreak havoc on you? So let's see. Opportunities and challenges for my orange selenite. Yeah, see, we have blame, discipline, indecision, death. This red, right? I'm telling you guys, like, this is literally something being pulled back into your life. And it's like, are you going to accept responsibility for yourself? Are you actually going to hold up your end and know that what you're seeing is the truth and not allow this to come back in? Or are you just going to blame things? Are you going to be the victim and allow it to happen again? Because with this over here, it's literally the split. It's saying, I have the discipline, I know, so therefore I'm not letting this happen. But we also have indecision. Maybe I don't know what's right. Maybe I am seeing things wrong. Maybe I don't know what my intuition's trying to tell me. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong. It's like going back and forth in between these energies when you actually do, but it's you slipping back into old patterns. Two things coming from this card, especially since it has the same colors as the Tower. Either you can have the discipline and you can learn from your past regressions and whatever happened, or you can allow this back in and it will be the death of you. Because all this work you did, everything you learned, it will break the trust. It will break what you built. And it will create this moment where things will crash down. And your faith will now be in this person who tore, or this situation, whatever it is, that tore everything apart, because now you have no internal trust. You're constantly fighting on the external because the internal is a complete war zone. So it's you making the choice. Do you let go? Do you allow this to just be washed away? You can see it for what it is. Do you stand up and have your boundaries, or do you completely go back into what's being brought in just because you feel like enough time has passed? Just because you feel like there's possibly a change here when it's a facade and you know it. So let's see. What the spirit animals have for us here. Oh. We got be peace with the dove. This and that are true with dolphin. That immediately made me think of gossip. Whatever this is, you could be hearing about it from the boundary thing that I've said so many times right here is reversed, and it's set healthy boundaries. Don't allow people to step over your boundaries. Create them and keep them. But I feel like certain people do know how you work, and they know how to disrupt your peace by bringing you pieces and omitting certain aspects of the truth. It's not like they're necessarily lying, but they're choosing what they want. These two came out together. And I feel like it's making a sentence here. Act as if magic works through you. And it's reversed. And it's almost like not fully believing that what you're stepping into is real, that this discernment and this power that you're starting to understand is actually here to stay, or is it fleeting? The way you're going to create these boundaries and feel this peace is by trusting it and knowing that what is true is your truth. It isn't the truth that others are trying to bring to you. Only you know what's healthy for you, and only you know what boundaries you need in your situations. You need to decide if you're going to be the death of you, or if you're going to be the beginning that starts over and actually allows this magic in. And then we have the lion spirit with being generous of spirit. And I think this has a whole lot to do with vulnerability. This is like opening up and showing yourself and actually making your own way forward, and understanding that you're on your own journey here. And there's no reason to feel inferior, especially if people are coming in and trying to make you feel that way, like you need to do a certain thing in order to be something. Don't allow other people to come in and disrupt your peace, because you're working too hard for it right now. And let's get your affirmations. That's too many. So let's see what we got here. We got joy. I follow my bliss and accept limitless joy. It seems like joy's coming through a lot here this week. Just people being able to not be so harsh on themselves. Divine dream. I am divinely guided. My intuition shows me the way through my dreaming world. It's like I keep saying, the intuition's very strong here. And you guys know what's going on. We got change. I embrace change in this new day and I adapt to what is to come. And welcome. When I dream, I invite limitless magic into my life and I welcome my spirit guides to show up in wondrous and unexpected ways. So your intuition and your guides are very heavy in this pile. And then we have growth. I challenge myself to step outside of my comfort zone as I travel on the road to growth and illumination. So, it's like I was saying, you guys are basically making the choice here in choosing your truth and your own growth and your joy, or choosing this, choosing your tower and your downfall. So let's see what this orange selenite has for you guys. So, orange selenite carries the same qualities as the white selenite that you guys see me have here with the long bars and different things, and the little selenite bars and stuff. It carries the same properties as regular selenite. It's a powerful crystal for energy clearing and cleansing, including that of other stones. It never needs to be cleared because of its innate ability to repel and transmute negative energy. It is believed to heal the aura and balance your chakras while bringing purifying white light of the divine. It's great for connecting to guardian angels or spirit guides into higher levels of consciousness. It's a personal bridge to the divine by dissolving blocks and fears created by your wounds and beliefs. It offers protection and harmony and brings enhanced clearing to the sacral chakra, boosting self-confidence, passion, sexuality, and creativity. Promotes a sense of well-being, harmony, and enthusiasm for life and joy. And it's great for enhancing mental clarity and working with your own psychic abilities as well, like clairaudience and things like that. Creativity, passion, relieving stress, and overall well-being. And plus it's really connected to divine feminine energy with that sacral energy as well. But yeah, that is my piles. Unless any of you want your own personal before I go for the week ahead. Okay, I'll do that for you, Anne. So let's see. Let's do the Tarot of Dreams for your own weekly. Okay, let's see. So, this energy here, I almost feel like there is some kind of information that you're going to get this week, and it's really going to upset you. It's going to trigger something emotionally, and it's going to make you want to just jump. Like, literally, you're going to want to, like, jump forward, feeling like you know what you've been told you need to, like, jump with. And it's almost like this warning coming through here with this reversed is that this is almost being ignited by these retrogrades right now with these, like, fiery intentions here. And since it's the water bringing this in, it's almost like this Mercury and Scorpio, with it being retrograde, it's bringing in these things that are wanting to almost, in a way, incite a feeling in you that you need to jump in and take this action and act this way. But the thing is, there is no real substance to what this is. With this being reversed, this coming out of this, whatever this is, whatever's being brought to you, there isn't substance. There isn't, like, this stability to it. And it's almost like what's happening with you rushing in and doing these things is that you're not taking this time to reflect on yourself. Instead of stopping and reflecting and going internal with this information that you're given to see if it really has a foothold, it's like snapping this thing in you that's making you want to jump in and take charge and start this different feeling over here with this Page of Cups. It's like this new thing that you're initiating, but you're initiating it in this energy. And it's because you're not letting something go. It's like this refusal to let it go. And this is major Scorpio energy here. This retrograde is going to bring you something this week that you are not going to be fond of, but you need to be able to look. This right here, this tree of life, is all about coming into your alignment and your understanding of what we come from, and understanding what is truth and what is not, what is gaslighting and what is not, what is your internal stability trying to show you, and what are these energies around you trying to do. It's being able to step back and actually see what you're almost being tricked into doing. And if someone else is having a hand in it, you need to know for a fact before you jump if this is something you don't want to let go of. Because if you're in this energy of whatever is coming in and you're refusing to let go of it and grow, you have to really hold yourself accountable and really think on this. Is this the kind of thing that I want to sit on right now? Is this the kind of foundation that I want to have? Is this foundation and just reacting? Or do I want to have a foundation that's in alignment and clarity? Oh, you're doing your routine. It's the Tarot of Dreams. It's not necessarily like this guarded thing. It's mainly what this is trying to say is something's going to come back with this Mercury retrograde, especially with the Scorpio energy, with this Mercury energy. There's something being brought back to you this week. And whatever's being brought back is going to trigger you. It's going to be an emotional trigger. And more than likely, it's going to be something either like a mask being ripped off of somebody, or just something that's very like jarring for you. And it's going to create this sense that you need to immediately act, and act irrationally at that. But what you're being called to do is to realize, does whatever is being brought to you have any substance? Like, does it really have any substance here? Does it have any foothold? Does it have any grounding in reality? Or are you being gaslighted? That's what this is trying to say. Like, instead of depending on what others are saying, because they don't really know what's going on with you, they don't know the vision you have for yourself, look within. Instead of using the Mars energy, loudness, instead of using the Mars energy with the loudness and brashness, instead of using it that way, use it for introspection. Use it to allow yourself to slow down and kind of rewind a little bit and ground yourself and say, like, okay, am I being toyed with this emotion here, or am I going to listen to myself? Am I going to find this security in myself and know that I do know the answers? Because this tree of life thing is like being really aligned and knowing the answers. This Cancer energy is being intuitive, it's knowing the answers. But are you going to move forward by using your inner voice, or are you going to move forward being ignited by this? Because you need to be able to step into the intuitive energy, the new energy, as opposed to this feeling that you need to hang on to whatever this retrograde's bringing into you. Because if it's not worth it and you're holding on to it, it's at your own detriment. And it's definitely going to put a pretty good, I don't know why, but I keep hearing a fork in the road. I don't even know why I'm hearing fork in the road, but it's almost like it's going to create this decision that you didn't even really need to make in the first place by immediate emotional reaction as opposed to contemplation. It's like You just create a smoother outcome by actually sitting and thinking about it as opposed to rushing in and making a decision that in turn makes you have to make more decisions in order to get back on the right track again. Whereas you can just kind of pull yourself out and stay on the right track instead of allowing this to bring this in and be stuck in it. Because it's going to feel like something that you need to be a part of and that you can't let go and that you have to have your say in this and that you have to be a part of this. But in reality, all it's going to do is just pull you out of your power by doing that. Your power is really within you right now and realizing the instability that other people are bringing. But yeah, just know you have what you need already in you. Like, don't let these outside, because Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde, all that is just, it's gonna bring us stuff to see, like, hey, how do you feel about this still? Hey, are you gonna do this again? It's like, it's pretty much just trying to see where our energies are. Do we have our boundaries? Have we learned? Like, it's pretty much what all this is. And this is something that would really gaslight you, so you have to be aware of it. Like, if any energy like this comes toward you where you feel like, yeah, I'm definitely being gaslighted right now, like, step back and go, but why? And really try to take people's intentions into account. Like, what are they doing? Like, what would be the reason for them to even tell you this in the first place? And why do they think you would care? Just be really discerning. And make sure you're only opening up to the people that you can trust with certain things, too. But definitely, this week seems like for some it might be kind of chill, just being able to sit back and not allow other people's craziness to make them crazy. And for other people, it's a big transformation week. So I think for you, it's more of the sit back and chill and not let other people's craziness rile you up and just keep doing the inner work you've been doing as opposed to getting distracted by what's going on around you. Mm-hmm. You got it. And gaslighting can definitely come from secrets, like people like telling secrets they weren't supposed to, or things like that. Even if it really pisses you off that someone said something that you said in confidence, don't let that push you over the brink to where you lose everything you've been working on. Because it's not worth it. It just shows you people's true colors and that you can't trust that person. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head off for now and try to get a bunch of other stuff done that I need to do. You're welcome, Anne. And I'll be back on tomorrow since it seems like everyone is kind of going through these energies. We'll kind of talk about tomorrow what you guys want as the collective reading, and I'll do like an in-depth one for all the energies going on, because it seems like all of us are kind of being thrown in the same way a little bit. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's the very beginning of that one. That's like the intro. It's gonna be like a story, basically. I already got the whole thing in my head. That's one of the things I gotta work on, is writing that out, as well as a bunch of astrology stuff, because I'm gonna be posting astrology stuff to the site as well, and a lot of other things. So that's one of the things I'm working on, is I gotta get all my ideas down. But definitely excited. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. because I go 1 p.m. on Mondays. But we'll have some fun tomorrow. Bye.